OG versus Virtus Pro. We are asking the teams currently if they're ready. We have 10 out of 10 players in the lobby, so should be coming soon. Zari, have you recovered?
I have recovered. I can see again. The colors are beautiful. We have not got to see Viking GG yet, though. Again, from Group A, and we are tried and true Group B fanboys. So
it's true.
What can you tell me about the Vikings? Is this squad solid? Are VP heavy favorites coming in? I imagine they probably should be, but
yeah, they are. They got their big bump when they beat Secret in the was that the We Play charity event? I think the COVID tournament. I think was the one where they did it. So that was like their huge, like, whoa, who are these guys? You know, to a lot of people. But overall, they've just been a steadily progressing team in the EU/CIS region. So just a pretty exciting team to watch. I would definitely consider them the underdogs here, but certainly not an impossible victory for them in this one.
Okay. Well, a CIS showdown, and it looks like we are about ready to get this one started as we load in.
Let's see how their history has gone, though. As you said, we haven't got to see their games, so looks like man, they are playing a lot of games. Jeez, these guys are grinders. They're playing in DotaBit. They're playing in the Cyberbet Spring Cup. They're playing in the Moon Studio tournament.
Well, yeah, bro. I mean, got to get out there and grind. You got nothing else to do.
Well, their last matches was the 2-0 over Hellraisers after getting 2-0'd by OG. So that's pretty accurate, though. I think like 2-0 Hellraisers kind of puts them in that same category. I would put them like above Team Spirit probably from our group, but maybe about even with Fly to Moon. That sounds about right. Although I'm sure they probably played each other in the group stage, so I guess I wonder how that went.
Will the techies get through?
They lost 2-1 to, or sorry, yeah, they lost 2-1 to Fly to Moon. So pretty even with Fly to Moon.
Okay,
there you go.
All right, that's some pretty good perspective. That puts it in place. Now it seems like every team, it's almost like there's this weird collusion against VP of like, all right, guys, PSA just ban Treant and techies against VP every game. We're all going to do it. We're not going to let them get these heroes. I mean, I think love to see the stats in this tournament alone. All the matches versus
every
VP.
Game, dude.
I think it's been actually every game.
It just happens. I mean, some teams don't ban the tree, and they just go with the techies instead. But in our games, it's mostly been the two of them together. And it's crazy because no one else even plays tree, but Zayas is just that good on it. You know, it's the way that they play this like forward vision style where he's like scouting in behind the towers, but also he can delay the game too if things start going a little sour at the start, and just like meteor hammer and creep waves, just too strong. Finally, some Chen bans too, by the way. Hero been ignored all day. I was kind of wondering about that for Liquid, but they didn't opt for it.
Weirdly enough. Seems so powerful, but I guess not every team prioritizes the Chen opener.
Now, what about the Nature's Prophet? Is that the last ban here? Yeah, they just banned the DK. You got to ban the Nature's Prophet, right?
I think so. If Viking don't, VP will absolutely first pick it. Absolutely. No one has played it in almost every game where it's been available. They haven't necessarily won every game, but they are so confident with that hero. Most games, they'll take it mid, and they ban the Ember.
All right.
I mean, Ember's scary, but...
Flex on them, guys.
This is bold. Especially coming into game one, comfort pick, signature hero. And when it's a great game one hero for VP, because as we go back to, when they win with it, they really win with it. They do pick up the Shadow Demon instead. Pretty hotly contested support who's been the victim of many a first phase ban.
That's what they did versus Spirit, though. That's the we don't think you'll play Nature's Prophet pick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Yeah, I think you're right.
It also covers some of those potential annoying heroes like Death Prophet and everything, too, I guess.
I mean, Oracle's banned, but yeah. They could certainly still take DP. The Shadow Demon has just felt good overall. Like, he's pretty good in the lane. He puts out a lot of damage. The disruption is always good defensively. It allows you to potentially combo. They will grab Lycan. Grimstroke is still available for VP, if that's a route they want to go later on in the draft. But the Vikings,
finally,
they go for the Wolfman.
These guys are to me, they feel like a very data-driven team when I watch Viking GG. I feel like they just look at what heroes are winning games and they just pick them. That's been my experience.
They're meta players?
Yeah, they don't really have like a big identity themselves. Like when I think of their identity, I just think like really strong heroes. I don't know if that's because like they have such a strong presence in the coach from Immortal Faith. Like that guy's obviously a big numbers guy in the sense that he writes all those guides. So he's going to see all kinds of builds and everything and be watching the pub scene pretty closely and probably the pro scene too. So maybe he has a lot of input and thoughts on like, well, these heroes are good. They are winning games. We should practice these heroes and make them win for us. And so they take the Mars instead of the Nature's Prophet just because versus the Lycan, right? You just want to trap him in the arena.
Yeah. That makes you wonder, what does Viking ban here? I guess Virtus Pro will be first up.
I would ban the Grimstroke if I'm Viking GG. I think the Grimstrokes, unless you're going to take it yourself, I think Grimstroke with Shadow Demon and Mars versus Lycan is really strong.
That will still leave the Prophet in. If that's something VP still are considering.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's multifaceted why the Grimstroke could be good here.
There's even still like Pango left in the pool too, so it's like more reasons to make it good. Because Virtus Pro will, like, they've played the Earthshaker Pango before. They know that's a viable lane duo.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even Earthshaker and Lycan together, we kind of have talked about Earthshaker against Lycan to try and block him out. And it works the same way on the side of the Lycan, try to prevent the exit path so that he can chase him down nice and easily.
With the army.
And VP ban out the Ricky after taking a lot of time to think about it.
Ricky, eh? I'll say it's a hero they've gone to a couple times. Also syncs up pretty well with the Grimstroke, speaking of which, because that's what they usually do. Interesting ban. Okay. Bit of a nuisance with the cloud for a Lycan, I'm sure.
I guess. It is a shutdown for Shadow Demon. It really limits his ability to save people if Ricky's just training him in the back line the whole time.
Ban Grimstroke. Oh, sure. Okay, Timber. That's a good ban too, actually. Whoa.
And the Venge.
Have you guys been... Oh, they've been playing a little bit of Venge lately, it looks like. Okay.
I guess it's a save in the arena, I suppose.
Yeah. Solari's been good. Rocking it a little bit.
And it's another stun. You can't hate on the Venge too much. I generally like her kit, though. Certainly admit that she's not the most popular. I think we saw Secret play it in one game.
It is annoying for Grimstroke, too. It's like one of those few things that can really mess with the soul line, so...
The Grimstroke's still incredible here, though.
Yes.
I would be pretty surprised if VP wants something else.
Wow. I was going to say Clockwork actually looks kind of hyped this game, too. Earthshaker, Lycan. I guess there's still the swap again, though. So Wyvern is an interesting hero versus Lycan, because in the past, it was considered the #1 counter, and it was picked every single game.
Yeah.
But then we got to a point where the Lycans just started sending the hero at one part of the team fight and all the summons the other part, and I felt like the curse didn't really do anything. You just put all the summons on the Wyvern, and the Wyvern then has to just throw the curse on the summons or die. And then people stop picking it as much. But it looks like they even tried this in their last games, like 4 days ago, and it did not work versus Namika. They lost that one.
All right, I'm excited to see if it can work here. I think you've broken it down perfectly. It's situational where Wyvern has this tool to shut down the Lycan. You're forcing him to play a different style, but it's not necessarily guaranteed.
Fast draft. Finally. I was just about to bring this up. I was actually thinking for Virtus Pro because like the Roar versus the Lycan, if they were going to go for the Grimstroke and everything, but obviously they already had the Mars, so it got weird. But we talked about him at the end of the last series in Game 3. Where's Beastmaster? Feels like an extremely strong hero at the moment and been ignored a lot today. Very great fast vision. Tempo, dude. Venge, Lycan, Beastmaster. Oof.
Viking are ready to bring the fight, and also amazing initiation. Shaker, Venge, Beastmaster, plus the Hawks. All of these heroes can start fights from pretty far away also. So their reach of initiation, very solid. I think Virtus Pro probably happy that they have the Shadow Demon right now to at least have a chance to break up some of these engagements. I guess Winter Wyvern is also a good saving hero. So yeah, they do have some decent tools to try to combat this, but agreed, it's very scary.
They need a lane mid, like a Queen of Pain or a Kunkka or a Monkey King, someone who has a pretty good set no matter what the matchup's going to be, and then they can cover it with one band.
Still considering the Prophet maybe here for VP?
Yes.
Because he is good at creating chaos in these games where the enemy has a clear game plan of just barreling down towers.
Yep.
You know, you can jump in the back line, you can split push. I don't know. I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Man, this Timber ban looks really good now, by the way. Like,
yeah,
banning Timber, then going Venge Beastmaster. Oof.
Would have been a great Timber game. And they take the Troll, an often final ban. So if they wanted it, absolutely should take it.
Speaking of big AoE stuff, and like the big blind versus the Lycan of the Beastmaster can have a heavy reduction versus all their damage. The other thing that we sometimes see is Radiance versus these style of heroes, but they've gone the other way with the Troll instead. Much safer, and someone who can actually battle just in case you start to fall behind. He can be a little active in the team fights.
And I think they've got enough creep clear that they can handle the Lycan. You've got the Rebuke, the Splinter Blast, the AoE blind from Troll. They'll have to be a little careful with this Zoo army that'll come out of the Beastmaster and Lycan.
I kind of feel like a Queen here, even though she feels like kind of risky if she gets like fissured into Roared. I don't know. I just like that idea of just all this extra damage to help out. Like you get a good curse off or a good arena, and you just have the Sonic Wave, you know? Nice follow-up mop and bucket style. But again, it will be one of these lane heroes in the Kunkka ban.
Having not looked at the Viking GG recent history, I think a Razor mid could be particularly good here. The one big counter against the Troll very much matches their tempo with those 4 heroes.
Yeah, that'll probably be the ban. Virtus Pro always ban it when they pick Troll. We see this, I think, like 3 times already.
It's like the safest ban possible here.
It just fits their tempo way too well, too.
Yeah. The Dragon Knight's been banned out. Trying to think of other mid laners that could also stall out this push. You definitely want somebody that's Queen of Pain-esque. They ban out Puck instead. I was actually sort of thinking potentially Puck for Virtus Pro, but
I mean, that almost makes me think they want Queen of Pain. Like, what else do people pick Puck versus as a counter right now? Not much. I mean, unless there's something that they're worried about getting leashed on.
They're going to go heavy mobility? I mean, they're going to take like...
Are they picking like a PL and going Troll mid? Like, that's the other hero that Puck seems to get picked versus a lot.
Like, is it Storm? No, it's the Quad.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Razor? That double works. Okay, that's pretty smart. We didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, yeah. So if they take Quab, she's the counter pick to Razor, at least in the lane.
Yeah, then you don't have to worry about the Razor pick. Yeah.
It's sort of a bait of like, hey, if you guys want to take Razor, go for it. We're in.
I wonder if they still will. That would be interesting.
So that's what I was going to say. The Quap Razor thing, it's like it's a counter because you can break the link immediately. So Razor can't dumpster her in lane like he does to many other heroes. But it doesn't change the dynamic of Razor versus Troll in terms of sucking all of his damage in a big 5v5 because he will not be nearly as mobile.
Yeah. And there are also Meepo players, but there's a Wyvern, so should not be an issue. Probably another reason why this Wyvern was a good pick for VP.
I doubt Meepo's gonna.
I would certainly hope not.
Yeah, she's got creep clear. You know, she's pretty nice against Beastmaster. Obviously, the Beast came out after the Wyvern did, but I think a good read on this draft from Solo that Wyvern will match up well against what they want to do. She's good at stalling things out.
Yeah, especially because how rarely we see her as well.
Now, what else besides the Razor? Any other good options here? DK would have been pretty perfect. Obviously banned out. Death Prophet is still in.
Oh, that's
Pugna,
surprising.
Also still in. Pretty good against the Troll that we've seen. Both of them would really synergize well with this push.
Storm.
They take the Storm.
Okay. So they like this hero quite a bit. They pick a 10th a lot.
Is it a good Storm game? Pretty good. Pretty good.
What's your main concern, really?
Great against Arena. I guess the Wyvern ult with a Beastmaster and Avenge on your team. You got a lot of auras.
It's like Wyvern ult into Spear, pretty much, right? Or like Disruption into Spear. There is kill potential.
There's a little bit.
But you have Swap to help you out. You have Fisher to help you too. Quite a bit of like long range save. The only thing is missing is like a Chen or something.
It's a better Storm game than not, I'd say.
But it's one of Boom's big heroes for sure. This reminds me of that Team Secret game that we were watching with I think it was Beastmaster and Storm with Lycan too, pretty sure, where they were just like running down the side lanes. Wait, this draft is super similar to that. I need to bring up that draft.
It's close, yeah. I like it a lot. I like both drafts, really. I think VPs has a lot of merit. The Viking draft feels a little more meta, as you pointed out. Maybe some obvious synergy with the auras. You kind of know what their game plan is. The question is, can VP play around it?
Oh yeah, they had the Storm Shaker Venge and that long one, the 82-minute one from the other day.
Oh right,
yeah, that's kind of funny. Nice, the same trio again. But no, the other Storm game that I was thinking of was the Monkey King and the Pango, the other like really mobile early game cores, and they just started running down those towers and they destroyed Virtus Pro. Maybe they looked at those games and saw like, why did Secret beat Virtus Pro? Like, what did they do wrong? And maybe they kind of thought, they lost 2 pretty fast-paced games. Maybe that's what we should focus on.
Okay, bud. Exciting times. Elimination matchup here. Game number 1, Viking on Virtus Pro.
Dun.
This is going to be a good one. Versus.
I kind of like the Viking lineup. I think I would rather have their heroes if I was coming to this game. Nothing too crazy. Not a GG out draft.
I kind of think this Wyvern's going to pop off. The more I look at it, the more I feel like a huge amount of this mid game is in the hands of Solo. And he has the power, if he can find these big winner's curses, if Viking GG aren't careful to not clump when the Wyvern is nearby.
He shouldn't find them.
That's the big combo breaker. That's a good way to frame it. He shouldn't.
Yeah.
But he has the tool set.
Like, it's not even in his power. Like, knowing how Solo farms, like, I would be surprised if he gets a Blink Dagger this game. And if there's no Blink Dagger, there's not really a great excuse for getting caught by, like, all the units and the Lycan. Because, again, like, this counter is just so well known that everyone does the same split. They just separate the units all as one clump, and the hero is another clump.
So, take Lycan out of the game, though. I feel like I can still hear you telling me how amazing of a Wyvern game this is because of the Venge and the Beastmaster alone.
I mean, there's swap. Like, there's a save for the curse. I think that's pretty good. It's still a really good Wyvern game. There's no doubt. Like, the Splinter Blast is going to have a huge impact this game.
Yeah, the Splinter Blast is huge. Say, what's the radius on the curse? 5. So can Venge always get a swap? Does she always outrange it?
Yeah, I think even level 1.
Level 1 is 700. Yeah, so as long as she's in the right spot, Venge should be good for the save. Okay, that is a key counter. All right. Man, I was just trying to impress you, bud. I feel like you're always trying to sell me on Winter Wyvern, and here I'm trying to sell you on Winter Wyvern. I'm getting got.
It's just like, there's a reason why Lycan and Beastmaster have been like the 2 big meta heroes, and we still haven't seen a Wyvern, I think. Is that it's just people are really good versus it now. I do like the hero, particularly as a 5 player, because I feel like she's one of the 5s that can actually turn a whole game for your team, and that's a rare thing to have in position 5. So, again,
sure,
it can happen, but it should not happen.
So, Queen of Pain, Storm Spirit. We are back to the classics in mid. Dota 2, the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, this matchup just feels weird. It's like literally it's this, right? Like he got level 2 first, so he's just walking at her with the overload, trying to get as much damage as he can, and they just slap each other a bunch and then go hit neutrals. I don't think anyone should die in this lane.
No, I don't think so. I guess Storm is maybe a little susceptible in the early levels since he doesn't have zip. So if he gets too aggressive, it is punishable. But yeah, played properly, relatively passive, a lot of priority on those jungle creeps.
Yeah, it's basically just a numbers game and I guess a courier game too. Like let's say you kill Boom's courier, that would be a problem.
Sure.
But he'll just be buying regen to essentially buy XP. That's how I look at this matchup.
Aramis grabs this creep wave.
No one just bodied him with a double deny there. Oh, okay. Boom got kind of worked on that wave.
These 2 creeps coming in. They'll make it 7-1 compared to 10-3. Yeah, no one with a nice edge. At level 2 dagger, man.
Yeah, it hurts. And again, this is what I mean by just buying XP, because like you're not going to kill the Queen of Pain unless she gets like insanely greedy and dives the tower. Because that's what we have seen is they try and dive the tower, but you forget how good the level 1 Vortex is now, how it's actually usable. Versus when this lane used to happen all the time in the past, you would just never have Vortex.
You would never see a Storm early Vortex. Yeah, exactly.
Of course, now back in those days, there was also always another hero roaming mid, whereas we like almost never see that now.
Yeah, roaming is pretty dead.
I mean, that's a big buff to heroes like Shadow Fiend and Storm Spirit, though, because that was their main thing, right? Is that you always gank them before level 6.
Yep.
And now it still happens occasionally, but not that often. Like we might see it this game with the Wyvern, but unlikely.
Oh, speaking of the Wyvern, Solo in a little bit of a predicament.
I'm not sure how this happened.
Me neither, but Aramis will grab himself first blood, smacks him with the totem.
It's like his Arctic Burn was running out, and he was just like, we'll go this way.
Yeah, this meta is starting to grow on me a little bit. When that State of Flux was not a very fun time to be playing pubs, but I'm starting to come around. I do wish there was a little more emphasis on roaming. I think it's just objectively
that's what
not
we're missing.
Good. Yeah, it's play Spirit Breaker in a pub right now.
Bottom lane
does not feel good. Yep, Spear will connect after the disruption, and Solari is gonna fall. Zayat's getting credit for that.
He's like, how free is that, man?
Yeah, that's a great combo. It's like the new age Shadow Demon Mirana, except you have a Mars who can actually do something besides Spear.
Yeah, and you know, it actually only hits heroes, so it's a good counter to someone like the Lycans. You can't just block it with the Wolves.
That is a very good point. Yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah, Spear's a nice spell. Too bad it doesn't work in the Roche Pit, but that might be a little too broken.
Yeah, I'm not upset about that.
I do remember the first time I saw that, I was like, oh, I mean, I get it, but like... It just looks really weird.
Yeah.
Fit for a queen.
Although it is a weird line to draw, like Pango is god tier at the Roche Pit. Imagine if those walls didn't work for his bounces.
Plus, there's an argument of like, well, what if the spear pushes them out of the pit, and that's what's broken about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what if I just steal it? Yeah, I don't know.
Now that is an odd. Deny Roche because you just push him out of the pit.
Yeah.
Toby up top. Nice fissure. Might keep him alive. Think so. Gets the deny on the boar. Aramis. My word.
Man, Solari is just not having fun. Like, the Soul Ring's already done, and Rezo is just walking at him over and over. Now, he's so low on Solari that if he gets disrupted again, he's clearly very dead. The Lycan can't really help you. Nope. And Zayat should not go back for that bounty room because his queen's there, so... They're going to go for Shad here. Oh, nice spear lead off, but this won't be a kill. This will just be a lot of damage.
Oh, he misses the rebuke.
That's okay. Still a lot of damage.
Now a little poke onto Solari as well. Good trades for VP. Certainly winning that little exchange.
Yeah. I mean, this is what they just want to do, right? Because they have the Bassi going for the mana regen, and then they also have the spear, just like with the Soul Ring. Just keep spamming that at Shad. Try and break him down through that Feral Impulse.
This bottom lane is going great. Rezo is 28-12 in last hits. The Lycan is 20-2. Yeah. Shad is not having a good time in this lane. I mean, Rezo gets a deny on the range creep there.
His support just doesn't do anything. And can't really contest, because like the right-click range is too small versus these two heroes. You'll just die.
I mean, Venge is not a meta 5 pick right now?
I know. Her mid game and late game is so good, but her laning stage is really still only good in tri-lanes. Mid lane, the level 6 comes out.
Are they going to find this Quap? They've got good stun lock, but no one able to get the blink to the high ground.
Now, there is a regen rune here, though. Of course, no one's going to know about that because they were just fighting over it. So, post dagger, he'll pop that, and it looks like no one's just going to make sure that he's far away while that's happening.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
He's actually going all the way home, just in case. Doesn't even want to go to the camp and jungle it up a little.
Top lane, Solo, going to be in some trouble. Does have the Arctic Burn flight, going to make it up to the high ground, or at least try to, but Aramis and Toby are trying to wrap around. Blinded up by the troll. It's going to be a close one, but Solo is going to live. Able to use the salve, thanks to the help of ILTW.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Man, he's just back mid again. No one gonna be forced out. No one's gonna try and find a rotation at some point here, but the side lanes do not look very... I guess he can just go down with the disruption. That's actually not bad. It's a pretty easy gank. He could also, like, those two could smoke up. It looks like they're already drawing for it now, perhaps. Or at least Solari's predicting it. He's worried that they're going to start invading, looking for the Lycan, and then you get one blink from no one in a Sonic Wave, and then no one's just, like, completely back, you know?
Only 1-1. 7 minutes in, but feeling okay for VP. The Storm, the only one who's really getting what he wants out of the lane right now.
Yeah, and here comes that movement from no one. Boom seems to have seen this coming. Maybe not. Oh, no one had a ward too. Nice.
Deep ward. Shad trying to kill the Ancients. He can. It's just a bit slow.
Well, it's 7 minutes, so give this guy a neutral item and boom! Gets the
shovel! Oh, he's digging! Now the Storm going to be caught by a disruption. Does have a little bit of mana for a zip. And his Shaker will be there. Keeps him safe. And a broom handle. Oh, that's a happy wolf.
Yeah, that's pretty sick, actually. He needed something like that if he's just going to be jungling this whole time. Bottom lane is a disaster, though, as we've stated several times. Solari was soaking up, but now even he's going to be zoned out as Rezo moves over and finds him. So let's get the hell away from these creeps.
He's got an arena, and he's thinking, like, is it even worth using this?
They have the ward, so Shad's just dead.
He wants Shad, and arena drops. Well done. Easy spear, and they're going to put the wolf to sleep.
Anybody else want some?
Early euthanasia for this poor dog. And now the Storm, though, he's going to jump in. They'll put the Shadow Demon to rest. Zayet's living a little longer than planned thanks to the stick disruption, but it will be a cleanup kill for Boom. Obvious advantage for VP, though, shutting down that Lycan. And now all 3 cores of VP top of the net worth charts. So feeling pretty okay. Great gold spread.
Oh, man, Rezo's just killing the wolves, too. The bonus gold. Rezo is completely out of control this game. I'm Mars this farmed, man.
He's going to have a really early blink. Gets the creep pull.
A little bit of lag for the squad. So, if you are Viking GG and you're starting to feel like the lanes are slipping away, of course, it's not a giant lead. It's only like 1K going on. But you're probably thinking, you know, let's use our roar, right? That would be my first goal as a Beastmaster. I would look to try and get a kill. Can probably get it with just the Earthshaker, you would think, especially on a support like this Wyvern. But I wouldn't mind going for a core player, maybe like smoking up and trying to either find the troll in the jungle, which can be risky due to rotations, or just try and catch the Queen of Pain with the help of your Storm Spirit. I feel like they do need something like that. Boom's rotated down bottom. Gives the mid lane over to the Shaker, was perhaps hoping to get a kill onto Rezo. Now they're rotating down here. It's still a very hard kill.
Will they catch the Storm? Yeah, that was sort of my thought. No arena anyway. Oh, if that spear had connected, probably.
Yeah, but he couldn't get there in time. That wasn't even a miss issue. That was just a angle, like, not going to be possible. So he just tried to...
I'm not fast enough kind of thing. Yep. So is there... Now, this is a frame question, or maybe a tick question.
Aha, there you go.
Shadow Demon Disruption into Spear. Is there a tick to, like, Yule's BKB do anything, or is that, like, a perfect
You should be able to BKB.
But he can't zip because the cast point's too long?
No, he definitely cannot zip.
Right? Okay. So there should be a frame in there, but it's pretty darn close to a chain disable.
Well, it's just like the way, even if there's no ticks, you can always BKB. You're not supposed to be able... Like, the whole Void Spear thing was just a bug. If you come down in Chrono... Yeah, if you come down in Chrono, you can BKB, for example. Like out of a Yule's or something.
Understood, yeah. I thought that Void Spirit one was working as intended, just poorly designed. I didn't realize that was technically a bug.
No, that is not in line with the other mechanics of Dota, the way that was working.
So you should always have a tick to BKB. Up top, long zip, long dog. Boom, now out of mana, and Solo's just giggling in his chair like, yeah, come at me. I'm a bird.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hey, a shovel picked up by the troll. We got a fellow digger.
Under attack.
Shovels on
This
both
is-
sides, getting those bounty runes.
My absolute favorite neutral item, hands down.
Yeah, it's not even close. It is
Not
the
even
best.
close. There is. I don't care what position I'm playing. I'm that one guy that at 30 minutes is like using the shovel with my other tier 3 neutral item and still digging up TPs. And
Yeah, and you're pinging
shit
your
like that.
teammates like, yo, hey, shovel. Yo, guy with a shovel. Why? Get a bounty rune. Do we have
Give
any
me a
swap?
bounty.
Do we have any cool swap plays this game? We don't really, right?
No.
Do we have like precast roar, I guess? You could do that.
Worthy tribute.
Yeah, all right.
That'd be pretty instant.
That's sort of cool. Not quite as awesome as like a puck tether or something like that. Yeah, I'm hoping that at some point in this game, the Venge pick will sort of come into focus. I mean, if it's really just a save against the Wyvern, then okay, so be it. But so far, I haven't really felt like the Venge pick has achieved too much.
Well, she's got max aura, and we already saw them
Yeah.
push down the tower. Now you're thinking, like, if a 5-man team fight happens with Beastmaster, Lycan, and Venge, that is going to be a ton of right-click damage. They should probably be getting Vlads and Crimson Guards on the dire side.
When is that timing, though? We're at 12 minutes.
Well, they just
We'll
took
see
top.
Nolo. Oh, Nolo. No one. Tongue-tied today. Toby going to TP out. I just combined no one and YOLO into a new tag.
I think Solo was in the middle of cursing, and that didn't go through. I saw his wings going forward.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now he runs into a shaker. Says, okay, I think I'll take this back. Don't want any more heroes
what-
up here.
What is the
They
timing?
speared him mid. Yo,
Wow.
Rezo just got the blink reveal.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was
That happened fast.
yeah.
Okay, well, that's the dream blink reveal, I think.
Yep.
Now swap.
Ooh. All right, swaps him
That was
again. This is
all
why they
over
gave
the
her
place.
2 charges.
Rezo
All right, here's that damage.
drops the arena, and Lycan coming in.
Is under attack.
Wyvern ult. Breaks things up a little bit. I don't know. Looked pretty effective to me. Solari goes down. Shad barely lives, and he might die. He's going to go down to the Shadow Strike. Does he have the regen? He
Yeah,
does.
he's fine. He's, fine.
Lycan's too-
He's got feral impulse.
Yeah, you're right. I got a little too excited.
I don't blame you. I was pretty excited.
Boom. Jumps in. Nice defensive disruption. Follow-up fissure. He's still going to get this kill on Zayetz. Now maybe even Solo. These are some great cleanup kills for Viking. Knowing all those cooldowns are expired. Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. Good curse there. I mean, that's the power. If you are going to clump. Probably not expecting the Wyvern to be there, I guess, right? Because I don't think they had any vision. And you know that if you're going to try and kill Rezo, you got to commit every single unit because he's pretty tanky.
Right. It is cool, the arena, to try to capitalize if Viking do clump up too much. Like, without the arena, okay, you have a moment where you're too close. Okay, everybody spread out. But the arena makes that really hard because you also want to stay away from the edge so you don't take extra damage. So it's a stressful thing to min-max in the moment for Viking GG, I guess.
Yeah. This ward right here, absolutely brutal right now. Spotting this whole movement and the smoke of everyone on Viking GG. So if they were paying attention, Virtus.pro are going to know this is coming. And it looks like, yeah, Rezo just instantly TPs out. He does not mess around and try and go for another creep wave or something. He's like, yeah, I saw that. Now, this is where you guys counter smoke exactly. And they're going to try and find a pick off into the enemy territory on the opposite side of the map because someone's going to TP back for these bounty runes, they think. So I thought that was the play.
My thanks will come later.
Maybe they'll just push mid? I'm not sure what they're going to do here. It's a pretty low tower, and they do have a siege creep coming in, so it's not a bad time to just chip away and see what comes of it. All the ultimates available.
I mean, they see LTW here, right? They have the ward, so...
Troll did finally skill up his ultimate, so he might have a chance to buy himself some time. Stunned up, though. Very nicely done. And this will be just an easy kill on the Troll.
What was weird is they just scanned this, so I guess
Misplay mid. Okay, they still kill him. Now the Storm jumps in. Nice spear. Can they follow up to finish him off? The Rebuke, it's not quite enough. The tower is still
Oh, he got him with the poison.
Oh, he did end up going down. Solari does get Solo in exchange. It's a 2-for-2 around the map. Any more kills going to come. The Queen of Maine in pretty deep. They do get the deny.
That was really weird because they scanned for ILTW. They scanned right here and hit heroes, and he still stayed to farm that camp.
Just greedy. I guess you could read that scan as, well, yeah, of course, Lycan's just farming there.
Well, I mean, they were pushing mid, so maybe they thought, like, okay, well, they're either going to rotate to him or they're going to rotate to us, and either way, we're going to get a tower. And if they hadn't messed up the disruption kill, that one would have been faster, too. And then they probably wouldn't have lost heroes to the storms.
So
at the
that
end.
disruption did mitigate the quap ult, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I was afraid to call it boldly if I were wrong, because I caught the last frame of it, but that is what it looked like. That's a blunder. Lucky for them, though, they did still get the storm. I thought Boom was going to make it out, but Shadow Poison for the win. Small lead for VP, 6-6. A very even game one here, and now a Blink Dagger up for Aramis. Turning point for the Shaker. A great timing. 17 minutes. This is solid.
Yeah, he's making a good amount of space. That ward is now just expiring, and it sees the blink, by the way, as well, if anyone's paying attention. It sees the Lycan farming down here. Like, that ward has been absolute money. It finally does dissipate.
Money. All right, so let's get a little gambling going here, dude.
All right.
500 gold on Solo. He wants the Blink Dagger. At what minute will he have it? Price is Right rules. If you go over, you lose. So you got to try to aim under.
29:42.
I'm going to go 27:30.
All right.
Got to write these down. What do you say?
29:42.
All right, type them in Discord. We got it marked.
All right, perfect.
Let's see it, Solo. Very methodical game from both teams. Round 2 of neutral items.
Gonna find Lycan and his summons while they're smoked up here. Look at this, jungling without his hero because he's too worried about the incursion. And they are correct. But now Toby...
Gonna get caught.
Whew, that was close. Yeah, they drop a sentry because they're like, are they invis? Like, what's going on? But it's just on the other side of the tree line.
Yeah, Rezo was eerily close there. How do you feel about the dragon scale?
I think the armor aspect of it's probably like the best part.
Are scanning.
You think the damage pretty meaningless?
It's okay. I mean, it hits structures, doesn't it? I mean, that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. It's great for pushing towers. It's 18 DPS for 3 seconds, so you get 3 ticks of it. It's like 50 damage.
It's not bad. It's like, you know, no better item, then that's what I'll go for.
It's also got +5 regen on it.
I would say
I
I'm
like it on
surprised
certain
they don't have
heroes.
Clumsy Net being used and they have Dragon Scale being used. I would consider surprising.
Yeah, I also like Vambrace more than Dragon Scale in most cases, especially now that they've changed stuff. So you get Spell Amp if you're int. That's a feel good.
And no one needs a neutral item though.
Yeah, why isn't Quap using the Vambrace, dude? That's sick on Queen of Pain. She loves that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just checking her courier, but I'm not sure what's going on there.
She might be the one to take the Clumsy Net. I don't know.
really hate not having neutral items.
Yeah,
it's a big pet peeve to watch.
I didn't notice. You're still rubbing off on me. I didn't notice it until you kept bitching about it, and now I see it in my pubs and go, ah! Hey, just take it.
Sorry, I think she's getting one now. There you go. See, here comes the Vambrace. It's fine.
I must have them
Perfect,
all.
perfect. Just a little shuffle.
It's just when they don't do it for the first, like, 25 minutes of the game where you're just like, ugh.
I guess they do ramp up, to be fair. It has added a fun element of watching games and trying to assess, like, okay, what is the best spread of the items that they have for the heroes they have in pro games? Because it is a little hard to predict sometimes. Like, see how the pros approach the various items?
And Zayat has the net now, too.
So what's it going to take to start a fight? I do think Viking GG are the ones on a little bit more of a timer. I think all things considered, VP are pretty happy for a passive game. Let this troll farm up. He did just get that 10-second BKB.
I don't know. I think Storm kind of rules all this game, frankly. I think that's why they are so confident when they tend to pick this hero. I think they know, like,
yeah.
I think no matter what items come out, like,
Structures
until there's like
are
a scythe,
fortified.
this looks like a pretty damn good Storm game.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I don't disagree.
Not saying it's a
Dire's
free
middle
win, but I just
tower
don't think
is
that they
under
like
attack.
get outscaled too hard thanks to Storm
Radiant's
Spirit.
top tower
And like, so
is
here's an
fortified.
example. The Lycan went level 3 Necro Book, naked, no boots, and then he went back for drums. To me, that indicates like, okay, we might have to fight. I want to be ready and have some shit available. They will smoke up now on the side of Viking.
I do think that when these BKBs all finish up on the Dire, they're going to be in deep trouble for Viking GG. So yeah, fighting now would be good.
Yeah, I don't know that it's a mistake to play a little passive at this point, but they've played much more passive than I thought they would have. They're going to go for this jump on the Zayats. Not the most high-value target, but it'll be a freebie. And might have to take another fight. VP still pressing in. There is a buyback if he wants to get in here. Aramis trying to TP. That won't happen. And boom, he should be able to make it out. That is the reveal of the Orchid on Queen of Pain. I guess she's had it for a little while, but first time we've seen it in an actual fight.
I think same thing for the Blink Dagger. I mean, they obviously knew it was there, but not, as you said, the best target to only get themselves a Shadow Demon. I mean, both teams, I'm sure, just kind of like, all right, whatever. That's not enough to suggest Roche for either squad. And I think that's, again, just a problem right now for Viking GG, because that BKB is nearly done for no one, just like 1,500 away. And then Rezo's working on his too.
Double damage. This is dirty. It has been scouted, though. Viking, they are going to respond. Primal Roar, but an Orchid in retaliation. Solo actually outside of it. Does drop the ult onto the Storm. Boom, still able to live. Solari, the first victim. Solo sustaining for now. Buyback on the Venge. Shad in the back line runs out as Quap drops a nice ultimate, but no kills come out of it.
So
this Virtus Pro's fight.
I saw earlier today there was a Storm Spirit versus a Shadow Demon, and it's kind of crazy how much damage Storm loses when he gets ulted like that, because he dove in too deep and he got ulted, right? And then he's going to get continuously dispelled, so he's not going to be gaining the overload.
No overloads. That's an interesting counter pick.
Yeah. I mean, they picked it into him, but it's pretty ridiculous. Like, I've got to see how much damage he loses, I guess.
Well, I guess it depends on how he's spamming it. Long range zip is going to get that kill on Zolo. Now the Yules doesn't have a lot of mana to play with, but it's a beautiful spear. Now they need some damage, and they should have it. No, not quite. Blink below ground. No one still able to finish him off. It was actually the troll ready and waiting. Now the Storm buys back. Solo hits him with a tipper.
Oh, was it worth it? Was it worth killing me, huh?
This is risky for Viking. Obviously buying back so that they can try and contest it Roche. They don't want to hand this over. I agree with the thought process, but is this worth it?
I mean, Solo's respawn is in line with his ulti, so he's not buying back. He's like, whatever. I'm useless anyway. And now I'm back with ult. Now let's smoke up and go fight him. That was under a ward, though, as you can see. So they know this is coming. This should be Aramis's time, dude. This is your moment, right? You know they're walking up here.
Oh no, Toby, he's still just going to get caught. Aramis drops a fissure, flown over by Solo. Toby's going to be all right. Still sitting on that high ground, sort of posturing if they can take a fight. Storm jumps in. This time he kills Solo, but they go in onto Boom. He'll survive.
Missed the arena.
Not going to be there. Shad now deep in the back line. Quap kind of blinks into him, but Fissure, Shadow Demon, survives as he comes out. BKB from ILTW.
They need the swap chase down after on LTW. They're going to get it once.
First swap. Storm very low on mana, though. Does disable the Queen of Pain. Solari goes down, but so does Zayat. Both teams good at obliterating the backline. Storm stunned up. This Yule's almost working against him at this point. He will be able to zip back. There's the dunk, but no follow-up. Aramis all by himself as ILTW gets finished off alongside the Storm. It's a bloody fight. VP still posed to be the victors, but no, now no one goes down. It's an even exchange, which means it is going to go the way of Viking.
The way they kited out the start of that fight, thanks to having that ward vision on the outpost, was huge. Like, the way that they drew them all the way back to the tree line, like they knew that fight was coming. The initial blinks really screwed with Aramis, because he was waiting for the three of them to just walk up that hill, and he almost got the big echo off. Again, it's only level 1 at that point, because he was only level 11, so it wouldn't have been worth committing to a bad echo like that. But then they instantly blinked ahead from Rezo, so that split that up. So he had to wait. Then he gets the saving echo onto Boom, who unfortunately did get clipped at the very end by that Sonic Wave. That was a nice commitment from no one. But yeah, that's a nice fight win for the side of Viking GG. And don't forget, Roche is just chilling.
And also, don't forget, we are closing in on our wager for Solo's Blink Dagger. He is 200 gold off, 26 minutes. I had 27.30. You've got 29.42. It's going to be tight.
I think you're going to get it. I think I'm done, so.
If they had won that fight, for sure. But Solo died twice, and now they're going to Roche. We'll see.
Dude, why is his death cost only 97? All right. I wish he had a bought back.
That is a good question. What? Buyback is 500, but oh,
That's what I needed. I needed the one buyback. Oh, here it is. This is my time. No, the Orchid. No. Why do you ruin this for me?
All right, Cold Embrace gets him a little reset. Roche is still standing with some HP. Right now, Viking are split.
All right, see, that's what happens. You see that?
Drops a Cold Embrace on a creep, and Solo goes down.
Aha!
A buyback from Solo. Now Viking could be in trouble, though. Solari and Toby both dead. The Wolfman's been locked down. He does pop a defensive BKB, but they easily chase him down. Solo with the buyback. Some tips coming out. They're friendly tips.
Of course.
And now Roche we go.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ah, well. Luckily that buyback might save me here. Aramis, he's thinking about it.
Hard to time against the troll. He just kills it so fast.
And its Beastmaster's dead too.
Well, congratulations, sir.
No, Price is Right rules. You're gonna win if he gets it. He's gonna get it before 29.
No. It's well,
Dude, do you know how many lunchtimes I watched The Price is Right?
Yeah, but he passed my number, so I'm 27:30 anyway. Oh, I see what you mean. It might still be.
Yeah, you had to get it in this
Closer.
window. You're gonna win.
All right.
If you even Price is Right, Bob Barker would be ashamed.
It's been a hot minute. I'm not gonna lie. I think I twisted my brain into a pretzel.
Don't forget, Rapier gives True Strike. All right, the Roar on to Solo, but the save.
Defensive disruption. The Satyr helping out. Solo drops the ulti, and that could be the end of Toby. It is. Now the follow-up onto Storm. Uses the Yules aggressively, and Soulburn will finish him off. 2 down on Viking. And VP want more. Not going to find it on the Earthshaker. He'll TP home. This one's starting to get out of control, though. VP are dominating.
Yeah, that window did not occur. I thought those fights would go a little bit better for them with the like the early blink and everything, but it felt like they never really got a lot of this Hawk vision, you know, in terms of like aggressive movements and everything. And also, I mean, the laning stage went really poorly. Like the lanes just won out pretty much unanimously for Virtus Pro. The mid lane was the only one that wasn't like perfect.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It was a
is under
toughie.
attack.
Tier 2 standing in mid and top, so VP will only be able to get one lane here. Glyph used pretty much immediately, and 25 seconds until that Storm gets back in the game. No buyback. Lycan trying to split push up top.
Radiant's bottom
No
tower
roar
has
for
fallen.
15. Tower goes down, and they'll just leave ILTW on the high ground. He's chopping away, finds Solari. They'll bring him down. Help of the Orchid. Soulburn pops him. Now Shad's here. BKB on. The Wolf battling into Bulwark. That's not going to be the play. Can't stick on to no one. The BKB soon to expire. Boom jumping in, but Zayats is safe. Instead, they turn on to Toby, and this is turning into a massacre. It is a nice dunk, but BKB gets popped. ILTW just destroys the Shaker in response. Buyback from the Shadow Demon there as Shad gets killed in the back line. It's a triple for no one. This Quap having a field day
Radiant's bottom
alongside
barracks
the
are under
troll.
attack.
Yeah, that's
They didn't even get Aegis.
they what?
They didn't even get
Radiant's
Aegis.
bottom barracks.
Oh yeah, they didn't. You're right.
Troll still
I
has a
didn't even.
second
Yeah,
life.
he just regens so much. Damn. I mean, at least there's no tier 2s gone. Am I right?
Radiant's bottom
I think the
barracks
other lane side
has
is
fallen.
obviously.
I mean, yeah, it'll buy him a couple minutes and give Viking one last chance. It's getting into Hail Mary territory, though.
I think they're past that, unfortunately for them.
It's getting into onside kick territory for Viking GG. They're at the point where they need to just take the red card and break the leg of the enemy team's best player. That's all I got in terms of sports analogies.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You're all right. Rezo has kind of crushed it, guys. He's 1-0 and 17. 18 of the 20 kills, he's been there.
I mean, we keep talking about how good this Mars is, and there are a couple players that make it look particularly good. Rezo and Boxy at the top of my list right now.
All right, Boom's gone all in. He's got his Bloodstone. This is the last big hurrah.
Dire are
Yeah, this is it.
It was just
High
without the
ground.
BKB. Like, I saw the BKB being a good thing for later on, but he just, with all these fight losses, obviously, that's so far away now. And now if he just zips in, he needs to be so careful.
But Trent, the repair kit It is saving the tower. Meanwhile, Quap deploys an ultimate on the Beastmaster.
She just had to blink in, though.
Back
they
there.
couldn't chain it.
But the BKB, Solari getting brought down by Rezo. That'll be another one. BKB used. I love the patience from Rezo as he goes on to Aramis, trying to box him out of his own well. Backline, Solo getting focused on. This Storm has his number, but Solo's still alive.
He's out of mana.
Finally gets brought down, but it does bait Boom into another overcommitment. He's going to go down. All the BKB is being used. Lycan has bought back, but without a BKB or Shapeshift, scary he is not. And that'll be it. 31 minutes. VP take game 1. Now Viking GG, 1 loss away from elimination.
Yeah, they love their Storm Spirit, but they did not get a Storm Spirit game going here. The only forward movement I can picture is when they took that top tier 1 tower. And they kind of all grouped up and they had the Venjor and everything, and they're like, okay, nice, that looks really good. And then they just didn't really get anything going after that. It felt like they were just always on the back foot and trying to keep pace with Virtus Pro. I guess they did get that pickoff onto ILTW too at that point, which was also another moment where it's like, oh, okay, maybe things will go a little bit better for you. But the actual team fights were just a little bit too difficult.
So with a lineup like that, even if you feel like Storm is king of the castle, we will win the late game, all things equal, I think you still want to try to utilize the momentum of having an aura-based lineup with the Venge and the Beastmaster. You still want to try to fight around the blink tying on the Earthshaker, maybe the first Necro book on Lycan. Again, he bought the drums, and then they still couldn't find any opportunities to fight.
Well, you look back to the smokes, too, where they only caught, Zayats.
Yeah, I think they wanted to, and that's where credit to Virtus Pro for reading the game well, not giving them those easy ganks.
It's surprising, though, when you have Lycan and Beastmaster, you'd think that your smoke should be very successful. You have Lycan and Beastmaster Vision, and you have one of the longest range initiations in the entire game of the Storm Spirit. So
yeah, you're right. I had more confidence in this draft from Viking, for sure.
But they obviously are going to drop game 1. Not a total blowout or anything. Probably some laning stage issues they might want to address, like the Venge. Just they basically sacked bottom. Like that looked like a Terrorblade going to jungle at level 3.
Yeah, for sure. And VP did play very well. I think the Winter Wyvern pick worked out. Solo did a great job. He had the most deaths, and I think that was strategic. Worked out very well for VP. No one, 8-1 and 13. Resolution, 3-0-19. The big cores doing the heavy lifting. Made a lot of space for the Troll, and they did not die. 12 of their 15 kills were on supports. There you go. That's it. Game number 2 coming up in a jiff here, folks. Could be the last game of the day. We'll see if Viking GG can stay in it. They need a win here. Stay tuned. The conclusion after this.
First blood.